Hey everyone, this is Isaac Wardell with BeSidedSocialMarketing.com, and today I want to address a question that I was asked recently, and that is, how much does social media marketing cost? Specifically, do-it-yourself social media marketing. And the quick answer to this is that as with any other type of marketing, there's really no end to the amount of money you could spend. It depends what you want, how much you want, what the quality of what you want is, etc. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions out there because many of the social media sites have free registration and they don't charge you to submit content. So the perception is that social media is not that expensive, specifically profitable social media marketing. There was one comment recently while I was looking around on LinkedIn, and a guy said that he didn't consider knowing how to set up a Facebook and Twitter account as a real job. And my first thought to mind was, I wish it were that easy. People really don't understand the cost of doing social media marketing, even themselves. So with that in mind, I am looking at our blog here today, and I did this honestly for a cheat sheet for me because I wrote the blog, so why not go over the things I put in the blog rather than trying to look at the camera and keep up with my notes. So you can visit our blog at BeSidedSocialMarketingBlog.com, and you can go in more depth, but I'm going to just go over a bunch of the costs that I have listed here, and that should help you a little bit better understand what to look for in a social media marketer if you're going to hire a third-party person, or if you want to do it yourself, exactly what all is tied up in this. So the first area I've talked about here is production and optimization. So there's a few different types of accounts you can create. I approach this from our complete web presence package, which would offer all of these things. Note that social media marketing is somewhat flexible. You could do just certain types of accounts and not others, but for the way we really prefer to do our clients, we would include all of these things. So you've got your status sites. This would be like a Facebook page and a Twitter account, perhaps a friend feed or multiply account where you submit status. And we usually would set up 10 to 12 of those. So the accounts are usually free, but you have your time invested in setting them up. And same with video accounts. We usually set up 10 to 12 video sites, such as YouTube, among others. Again, most of these accounts are free. It's your time setting them up that really gets to be a headache. Blog and article sites, we usually do a custom blog, WordPress blog, and we usually do have that hosted through GoDaddy or somebody rather than having it on WordPress.com. You get a little more flexibility. You're able to do a little bit more branding, etc. Most of the article sites are free, but again, all your time in setting all of those up. Websites, this is just a huge margin. I mean, you got everything from the basic one-page deals that some companies offer you for very little to the very extravagant sites that are shopping sites that have carts and everything. So I put a range in there for $500 to $5,000. Note that it could be well more than that. Companies like eBay spend millions, maybe even billions on their website. And then you're going to have monthly hosting costs on the website as well. Places, specifically talking about Google Places, this is something you could attempt yourself for free. I would not necessarily recommend that because there is a lot of linking that needs to be done to other sites such as Yelp, and there's a lot more that goes into it than meets the eye. For something like that, you're looking about $500 to $1,500 just for the setup, and probably $250 to $500 for a monthly. For optimizing the accounts, you're going to want backgrounds specialized for your branding and with specific actionable items. So for your YouTube account, you want a customized branded background with subscribe arrows. For Twitter, you're probably going to want follow arrows, etc. Also landing welcome pages on Facebook. A good graphic designer probably going to run you, from what I did some research on Google. Obviously, we have our own people do our own graphic design, but you're probably looking about $60 to $75 an hour for a good graphic designer. And how long will it take them to create that? I would estimate, depends on each one, you may be looking at a minimum of an hour for each one, maybe more. Profile creation, most of that's not going to cost you much time. Just create a bio about your company. You might want to have somebody do a quick English edit on it. Most of that information you're already going to know, so you're not going to have much except your time into that. Layouts and design. Knowing how to design your Facebook pages and your WordPress blog and everything so that they feel efficient and really feel comfortable to the client. Time, know-how, and anything that you purchase, such as templates or special graphic design costs, are going to be included there. And then I have generate material. If you're going to generate videos for your video sites, such as YouTube, the price is there for a normal video producing. This includes shooting, editing, etc. is probably going to start at $100 an hour and go up from there. We've got some special price breaks and stuff we do for our clients, but it's not a cheap thing to do. You can do some of your own. Get a $100 flip phone and sit down in front of the computer and do your own. That's certainly an option. It's still going to take a lot of your time, etc. Generating articles for blogs and article sites. This is something that is time consuming, quite honestly. I write these blog articles and submit these things that you're seeing on the screen here to article sites, and I write them all myself, so there's quite a bit of an investment tied up in there. Looked around on Google. You can get people to write articles for you for probably $25 and up. The question is, do they know what they're talking about with whatever your industry is, such as real estate or, in my case, social media? They're probably not going to know this stuff, so they might not be able to write it. Generate frequent status updates. Updating, it's usually probably good to update 2 to 3 times a day at least for places like Twitter. That's probably about the max for a Facebook page. But being creative, coming up with all of those, and engaging ones, knowing what to say, etc. That all takes some serious time. One of the things that you can do is do promotional stuff, such as coupons and discounts. Again, you're going to have the cost of generating all that. You're going to have any cost of any graphics you have displayed for coupons, etc. And then, of course, whatever discount you're offering, you're going to have to take that off of what you would normally charge. Uploading material. To upload your videos to a dozen sites and submit your articles to a dozen sites and submit statuses to a bunch of sites, all of that takes quite a bit of time. And if your time's worth very much, you may not want to be engaging in all that. And then the ever so friendly maintenance. Regularly creating new content, videos, articles, updates, etc. Again, we already talked about that. Engaging on your accounts and following up with people. When people ask a question, responding to them, responding to comments they make about your business. All of that takes time. Trying to find new followers, that takes quite a bit of time. Answering questions, giving feedback, staying on top of trends, all of that is very time intensive, and if your time is very limited, you're probably not going to be able to do a lot of that. So, I mean, I've just mentioned some of the things. You could really go on forever. I haven't even touched things like email campaigns and text messaging campaigns and pay-per-click campaigns on YouTube and Facebook and Google. So it's really like any other industry, as I say here in the blog. Real estate's my favorite example because I was a real estate agent for a very, very short time. And the question is, why would I sell my house myself when I could hire an expert to do it? Because they're going to be able to do it more efficiently, with a lot less time involved. And one of the interesting stats I learned in real estate was that over 80% of people who attempt to sell their houses themselves end up hiring a realtor anyway. Anyway, so if you're excited about all this, I hope I've helped you out, given you some ideas on what the costs are. If you're just overwhelmed and don't have enough time to do this, we'd love to give you a free consultation. But if you do want to tackle it, we'd like to give you a free white paper to help you get started. And you can find that at our website, besidedsocialmarketing.com. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.